Hello, welcome once again to Counseling Intervention Module 6. Today we are looking at group crisis intervention. Now, when we talk about group crisis intervention, we are talking about the supportive and structured approach to helping individuals in the group, setting who experiences a crisis or traumatic event. This approach recognizes that group members can provide emotional support, practice, co-help, and sense of community which can aid in the healing process. Now, when we look at group crisis intervention, there are some times when we talk about group, it can be a family, it can be workplace, it can be maybe the student, the school, it can be any group that has the which can be called a group. Now, it is in this issue that where we can even talk about organization stress. Now, when we talk about crisis in a group, for example, at a working place where now the bailiff have pounced your working place and they have taken all the things at your working place, and there is that stress at your working place and there is a crisis, you'd find that that crisis may be able to disturb and to frustrate everyone, and it may even be able to cause harm even to the families of the workers. So now, as a counselor, there is what is called a group crisis intervention. Now, how do you handle such a crisis? And the other times there are crises whereby maybe at school there is something that has happened. Maybe like there are issues whereby or a church or school whereby the other group they are going for maybe for a tour, then they are involved in an accident and there is a crisis the whole school. And there are other crises that happens, maybe there is a shortage of something in a community, or there is what. So now all those are crises. Now a crisis is a point where people have gone into a traumatic situation, and in that, how do you handle such a moment as a counselor? So the first thing that you have to understand is that crisis has got a lot of a lot of disturbance. It may even bring what is called the health issues on the individuals. So as a counselor, you need to work with a group. The key principles is that you establish a safe and supportive environment for a group members. Foster trust among group members and between group members and facilitators. Empathy, encourage empathy and understanding among group members. Then support, provide emotional and practical support to the group members. Educate group members about the crisis, its effects, and coping up strategies. Collaboration, encourage collaboration and mutual support among group members. So there must be support for each other. So what are the benefits of group crisis intervention? Social support is provide a sense of community and social support. Then there is shared experience, allows group members to share experiences and connect with others. You know, in a group we have got those that are stronger and those that have got high threshold and those that have got low threshold. So it is or the advantage that you try to they try to get to on how each is coping up with a situation. Then there is also practical help, offers practical assistance such as resources and referrals. Then emotional support, provide emotional support and safety space to process emotions. So that is where now you put the group together and you ask now what is how are we going to resolve together this matter. So empower group members to take control of their recovery and healing. Let them know that this is the thing for everyone and each one must be able to participate if they are to see the healing. There are types of group intervention. There is support groups, ongoing groups of individuals dealing with a specific crisis. So there are groups that deals with a specific crisis, like maybe we have seen there are places where there is anger challenge, like in rural areas there are places where there is always anger challenge, especially between January to March. So that is a crisis. That is a crisis. They all go into a crisis whereby there is no help. The food is just finished in the whole community. Then there is crisis groups, which is time limited groups responding to a specific crisis or traumatic. Uh, there are also crises that comes in whereby it's just for a period of time. Then there is also what is psychoeducational groups, groups focusing on education and the skill building to cope up with a crisis by providing supportive and structured environment. Group crisis interventions can help individuals navigate crisis and the traumatic events, promoting healing and recovery. Group crisis intervention key components. Number one, you have to assess the situation, evaluate the group's needs, dynamics, and the crisis. Then plan what you're going to do, how you're going to intervene in the situation, establish safety. Remember, safety is always talked about. Building trust, emotional expression, education, and support. Promoting empowerment, facilitating communication, encouraging collaboration. I'm just repeating these things because we have talked about them, evaluation and follow-up. Then there is also what is called group crisis intervention strategies. There is active listening. Listen to what the people are saying in that group. Then empathetic response. Maybe you just nod your head and just say that's just too much for this group. Is it? Group grounding, group techniques, cognitive restructuring, problem solving, relaxation. We have talked about this, creative expression, group discussion, role playing, mindfulness. Remember, group crisis intervention requires flexible and adaptive approach. Thank you so much, and I think we are going to end here. But before we end, I want us to like the video and also to answer the questions or to answer the assignments. Thank you so much and God bless you. Meet you in the next class. We are going to look at counseling interventions, self-care and compassion fatigue.